Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Dynasty Football Strategist, and the Cardinals coaches think Trey McBride could get better after the year he just had? Let's find out why. An article by Jackson Sparks of Rotoballer. Cardinals believe Trey McBride can take his game to the next level. Arizona Cardinals tight end Trey McBride enjoyed a solid season in 2023. Hauling in 81 of his 106 targets for 825 yards and 3 touchdowns. He finished as the tight end 7 in PPR leagues, and he was the tight end 3 from week 7 on after Zach Ertz was placed on injured reserve. However, Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing believes the best is ahead for the young tight end. I certainly feel like he has another level that we can take his game to, Petzing said. And we're going to push him to try to get him there. The 24-year-old could enter the elite tier of fantasy tight ends in 2024, and many view him as the dynasty tight end 2 behind Sam Laporta. Now, the article further goes on to state that in best ball drafts he's drafted as the tight end 3, so he's generally viewed as the tight end 2 or tight end 3 in dynasty, and I believe it's absolutely justified. Personally, he's my tight end 1. Sam Laporta is great. I worry about the total target volume that he's going to be able to receive with a good running game with Montgomery and Gibbs, then Jamison Williams potentially taking on a larger role, Amon-Ra still being the wide receiver 1. I think his game-to-game consistency might suffer this next year. And Dalton Kincaid is actually a great candidate to also potentially be the tight end 1 due to really a lack of much of any talent in Buffalo. As far as McBride is concerned, though, his only competition for targets that's a credible threat is Marvin Harrison Jr. So at worst, he's the second best receiver on the team, and it's not even close after that. There is no one that is going to be challenging Trey McBride for the number 2 spot on this offense. Trust me. The article made mention that from week 7 on, he was the tight end 3. I'd like to really consider the cutoff to be week 8 because that was the first game he was really the starting tight end. And in that game, he had 25.5 fantasy points, which is good for first. The next game, he had Clayton Tune as his quarterback against the Browns. It was a terrible matchup, and he was the leading receiver for them that game, and he only had 5.2. So he was still the leading receiver in that game. The next week against the Falcons, 21.1 fantasy points. Good for second that week. The next game against Houston, 9.3 fantasy points. Good for 11th. Week 12 against the Rams, 13. Good for 7th. Week 13, 22.9. Good for 3rd. Week 15, 20.2. Good for 3rd. Week 16, 9.1. Good for 21st. Week 17, 10.8, good for 11th, and Week 18, 12.4, good for 7th. So multiple top 10 finishes, and we have 4 top 3 finishes in the second half of the year. This is why I consider Trey McBride my tight end 1. Things are actually going to get easier for him with Marvin Harrison Jr. there. He might not receive 14 targets a game, but they're going to be much higher quality targets. Because believe me, Trey McBride was the only credible receiving threat out there for them last year. Defenses did not have to worry about a soul. Hollywood Brown was hurt, and so there was no field stretcher. There were no dynamic playmakers. He was the guy, and it still didn't matter. There was nothing defenses could do except for when Clayton Tune was the quarterback. So please forgive that performance. So Trey McBride is my tight end 1 in Dynasty Fantasy Football, even over Sam Laporta. What do you think? Do you agree, disagree? Please let me know in the comment section. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and have a good day.